Breaking news, just officially in the making of this particular video, the Epstein files have been officially approved to be released by the House. What's next, though? It's a little bit more complicated than I think a lot of people are expecting.
On this vote, the yeas are 427, the nays are 1.
Overwhelming support, as of course 5 people decided not to vote for the discharge petition. Who are they? Who's that one vote that voted to protect the powerful predators in our society? We're going to go over his kind of justifications and what's kind of probably going on there. There's probably some kind of billionaires pulling the strings there, or some low IQ thinking, as already we're seeing stipulations being laid out by the Speaker of the House saying, hey, we got to protect those intel agencies that use unethical means and ways of gathering information, essentially using a blackmail extortion operation with babies and children for the pure benefit of the billionaire predator class. Yeah, we'll get into all of that. As, of course, a lot of people are saying, breaking, full Epstein files released, and here it is. We'll tell you why that's probably going to be happening here, as well as a lot of people are doubtful to what is going to be happening next. As, of course, this type of political saga is something that we've been talking about for over 15 years. You're probably watching this video on a brand spanking new channel. We just started it. Subscribe. I've been talking about this for 15 years, and if you appreciate our long-standing efforts in doing this, we greatly appreciate your attention and time that you spend with us. So please subscribe and click that notification button, because it definitely helps out, especially with the new channels, tremendously, and we can't thank you enough for doing that. As, of course, now there's questions about Hakeem Jeffries being involved here, as now we're getting, hey, these are the dangers of the discharge petition by the Speaker of the House that has been going out of his way to stop it. As, of course, a lot of people on the House floor were just accusing him of doing early recess, of continuing the government shutdown, not to make this happen, as this large political battle has been fought, and it has been a stain, sadly, on this administration, who I would say the advisors of, who have led us towards this type of situation, need to be fired immediately. The sooner you do it, the better. As the Speaker of the House came out and listed his objections to the discharge petition, and this is specifically what he had to say.
National security concerns, okay? The discharge...
Yeah, okay, national security, yeah, intel agencies use babies and children, yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, I can't help it. I cannot help it. Be a little perturbed, be a little frustrated with people saying, no, there's dangers here. It's so dangerous. Like, please, no. Protect the predators, please. And I'm like, what? How?
Charge requires the Attorney General to release within 30 days, quote, classified information to the maximum extent possible.
To the maximum extent possible. Yeah, good. Yeah, we want that. The intel agencies have a lot of secrets, okay? Intel agencies have their fingerprints all over this, as well as the private contractors. And it's not just the American ones, as of course there's a lot of other foreign governments involved. We're talking about the British government, the Saudi government, and you know that other government that a lot of people are afraid to mention and talk about that specifically has a lot of ties, extensive ties, as Jeffrey Epstein was literally brokering deals with foreign nations. He was brokering the future of Syria for the benefit of Israel, doing security agreements with foreign countries in Israel and Israeli companies, making deals in Africa, making deals with Mongolia, making deals with Russia about the future of Syria, which, as of course, Epstein was a big proponent of ousting Bashar al-Assad there. That led to, of course, the crazy situation that we're dealing with down there now. Anyway, continue on about how we need to protect the intel agencies that have been never held accountable since, you know, the Church Commission hearings all the way back in the 1970s. And then we actually found out how they have heart attack guns, how they have infiltrated the corporate media, how they have done unethical, illegal experiments with MK Ultra and mind control. I think there's a furry connection to that now recently. I'll get into that in future videos. But go on. As, of course, listen, the reputation of the Speaker of the House, the reputation of the FBI, the reputation of this administration, the power, the juju, the energy, the will has been negatively affected by this entire issue. And listen, I've been saying from the very beginning, and I'm not here to just pat myself on the back. Like, I thought it was right. I'm not here to just do that. But his advisors were wrong. A lot of right-wing media pundits were wrong, saying this is going to blow over. Don't worry about it. It's not going to blow over. The saga is going to continue, and it's only going to get a lot messier from here.
This ignores the principle that declassification should always rest, and always has rested, with the agency that originated the intelligence. Why? So that they can protect their critical sources and methods.
The method is blackmail. The method is, here's a child. President, Prime Minister, King, Queen, corporate head, banking head. Here it is. Here's the child. Hold on. I'll get the video camera. We're rolling. Action. Go. That's the means and ways. And if that's the way that my tax dollars are used, we got to stop that immediately, right? Immediately. Epstein had detailed lists and CDs of photos and videos and a whole bunch of other stuff that just magically went missing. Well, there you go. I don't know. Well, what else?
It is incredibly dangerous.
Oh, it's so dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous to the apparatus of the state here. As of course, now there's an ongoing investigation. Now, I want to get to this full list because this full list matters here. I want to get to the single vote, Clay Higgins here. I'll get into now it going to the Senate and other stipulations that are probably going to be placed on it and what's going to be happening here. But before I do, just really quickly, I just wanted to remind you, sign up to lukeunfiltered.com, 20 cents a day, $8 a month. If you don't have it, I get it. Just sharing and subscribing means a lot to us. But if you want to talk to me directly in the Telegram chat, 3 master classes, 13 plus years of videos at helping you become the best, strongest, most amazing version of yourself. This is the place to do it. And you get actively engaged and involved in this independent media organization. If you signed up already, God bless you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It humbles me directly. As of course, there's a lot of people working for foreign countries, for lobbies, and all these other horrible institutions. We work for you one-on-one directly. We greatly appreciate all of your support. And again, lukeunfiltered.com. Link is down in the description below. Greatly appreciate all of your time and attention. Now, the most likely scenario that's going to be happening here, Senate probably will pass it unless some kind of magic happens, which I don't believe so because there's a lot of public scrutiny and pressure on this, a lot more than a lot of people in the right-wing kind of echo chamber alternative media space are aware of. But there's a lot of public pressure being like, look, hold the powerful people in our society accountable for doing horrible things, or else we live in a two-tier justice system, right? Do we live in a two-tier justice system where powerful people play by a different set of rules? Yes. But are you going to make it that obvious? Are you going to make it that blatant? Are you going to rub our face in it? And that's what a lot of people feel has been happening here throughout this whole entire Epstein saga, which, again, it's important to note here, so far, vast majority of circumstantial evidence proves no wrongdoing by the President of the United States. As a lot of people are now speculating, he's protecting powerful people. In my opinion, those powerful people who hurt children do not deserve to be protected. Now, Trump has also opened up an investigation saying we're going to investigate now. As soon as the writing on the wall came out saying, yeah, you're going to lose this vote. It's going to pass. And when it does, you're going to be forced to release this stuff. What's one way to prevent the release of this stuff? You just say it's an ongoing investigation. I'm sorry, we can't release anything from an ongoing investigation. And then the American public are going to be pissed off about that. Reputation, the energy, the kind of juju, the kind of power, the kind of bravado, this administration and everything they were just. And again, where are we going to get this? Clint Russell. Speaker Johnson, again, says the Epstein disclosure will damage national security. Again, I ask, which nation, ours, America, Saudi Arabia, Israel, and why was a child trafficking ring being utilized for security? As of course, there's a lot of other things than child trafficking. Epstein was working on anti-gravity tech. He had his own offices at Harvard. He was brokering deals between Russia, China, major big banking institutions. He was moving billions of dollars, okay? All right? And everyone's like, totally not an asset. In my opinion, the guy's still alive. 427-1. 5 people abstained. 1 person voted no. The single vote was by Clay Higgins, who came out and says, I have been a principled no on protecting predators. He didn't say that. On this bill from the beginning. What was wrong with this bill 3 months ago is still wrong with it today. It abandons 250 years of criminal justice procedure in America. As written, this bill reveals and injures thousands of innocent people. How? Witnesses. And again, that's the same lie. We had that same lie from Pam Bondi. We had that same lie from Kash Patel that were denying the release of the Epstein files in order to protect the victim. Well, the victims came out, and the victims like, release the files. You're not protecting me. And they were like, yeah, we need months. And this is the lie that they told them. And this is how it was just insulting to all of us who were paying attention and understood what was going on here. It was so insulting because everyone was like, wait, hold on. We're being told you're making sure the victims' names don't come out, and then you're going to release it, right? Yeah. And then it's like, case closed, nothing to see here. No extortion. Epstein totally took himself up. Nothing to see here. Goodbye. Bye-bye. You're panicking. You're a weakling. You believe in this hoax? And I'm like, that's a very flippant message here. And again, he's using the same kind of like PR representative talking points here that have failed and don't work. People who have been provided alibis, family members, etc. What are you talking about? As there's a specific provision, and Tim Pool brought this up, and then he interviewed Rokan, and it said, yeah, we're going to have a specific provision in there that protects victims. If the victims want to be protected, we'll protect the victims. Obviously, cool, yeah. And they're like, okay, fine. If enacted in its current form, the type of broad reveal of criminal investigation files. Yeah, we need to understand the criminals that were involved here. Released to a rabid media. The rabid media already is very rabid. You think this is gonna like change their rabidness? No. Like they're already like screaming the end of the world is here. You trying to be like, no, the media, that makes no sense. People innocent will be hurt. Who's innocent? The Clintons, who, by the way, were asked to testify and give a deposition that refused to do so and are prolonging it and are not participating. Not by my vote. And again, this guy's just the first comment, ball the reroute. And again, people are saying the same thing I said. Parts of this material is classified to protect sources and methods of the intel agencies. If their sources and methods involve trafficking and extortion of children and the American people, they have a right to know, especially when it comes to policies that are extremely unfavorable to the American people. As a lot of people have always kind of speculated and always kind of said, yeah, it's like our whole system is compromised. It's like every time a politician comes in and they promise us so many beautiful, amazing things, they never deliver. Why is that? Well, there's probably a lot of dirt and compromise, especially on, listen, there's a lot of dirt on Bill Clinton. The cigar boy who can't keep it in his pants. There's a lot of dirt on George W. Bush, where male adult performers are literally on the White House visitor log, as of course, the Bohemian Grove is one of their favorite places to go to, which Bill Clinton, when asked by a We Are Change reporter, said that's where Republicans go naked in robes and hump trees. Right? There's a lot of dirt on Barack Hussein drone bomber. A lot of dirt on him. The guy's a sociopath. The guy is crazy. The guy's literally like, okay, we're gonna take out and drone bomb this kid, this American teenager. He's 16 years old. Yeah, boom, red mist everywhere. He's like, okay, now the next one, I'm gonna personally sign off on this. Trump came into power. He's like, I'll just give the CIA that power. Yeah, personally calling for the small children, American citizens. Yeah, you're telling me that guy's not a creep, all right? The drone bomber in chief's not a creep, as of course Larry Sinclair, rest in peace, just passed away. I've known him for like 15 years. I've interviewed him for 15 years. Has a lot of interesting things to say about him. And Donald Trump. Now listen, there's a possibility that a lot of the very unpopular, not America First policies are because their secrets being held against them. And that's why I'm just saying lift the Band-Aid, right? If the secrets are held against him in order to extort and promote policies that are not America first, that are go against his campaign promises, let's expose it all and let Donald Trump start anew, right? So far, he's been exonerated. But if there is dirt, which Trump is acting like there is, like he couldn't be acting more guilty, right? He couldn't be acting more guilty, which is ridiculous. And again, the Democrats are implicated here too. Look, there's an email here, as Libs of TikTok writes, wait, so Hakeem Jeffries invited Epstein to a dinner to solicit money from him in 2013 after Epstein was already convicted and an S predator? Huh? Yep. Yeah. As, listen, Epstein had a lot of connections to Democrats. Larry Summers just decided, just today, I'm stepping down from public roles. That guy's a part of many secret societies, a lot of weird stuff with him. You could just see it on his face. My goodness, if there ever was a creepy predator type of face. Oh, my goodness. And it also came out through these emails that Jeffrey Epstein was literally messaging Democratic Congress members to help them in their attacks against Donald Trump when they were interviewing Trump's former lawyer, Cohen. Epstein literally was helping, aiding, and abetting. There's also New York Times reporters. There's also other reporters coming in, advising, working, aiding, and abetting. There's still questions about Steve Bannon here, who has a lot of video of him at Epstein that allegedly he's going to be releasing in the next few coming weeks. Will he? I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it. We'll see how that goes here. Now, again, Thomas Massey just posted this. This is how Speaker Johnson plans to protect the perverts who went to the island where children get hurt. Quote, do not let the Senate add amendments to avoid disclosing those rich and powerful men who have evaded justice so many years. Is Johnson calling all victims non-credible? As of course, victim privacy has already been addressed by Ro Khan. And this is the amendments that he's calling for. He's like, innocent people, risk disclosure, non-credible allegations, creating new victims. No, the victims here, predominantly teenagers. He was a lower than that, way lower than that. And there are right-wing media personalities that are being bought off that are like, no, these women knew what they were doing. No, these women aren't victims. I'm like, we're talking about 12, 14-year-olds? Like, come on. All right. Epstein was a sick man that really liked women, according to the sources. Braces, pigtail. This is the type of weird, sick, sinister stuff. As the guy couldn't keep it in his pants. There's multiple reports of him just like being on a plane with people who are just like, I'm like, hey, man, that's weird. That is weird. Now, again, obviously, they're not going to be releasing any type of abuse material. Now, this is the fourth part, which matters here, because this is what the Trump DOJ have kind of set up as a way to deny these files from being released. Now, they have a month to release these files. So if the Senate passes this and they don't add these amendments, which we'll see if they do. But again, the whole argument of declassification, Epstein moved $1 billion. You could just release the financial records right now and say, who is Epstein financing? Where did the money come from in the first place? The FBI has those records right now. The Trump administration that says, yes, release these documents, doesn't need Congress and the Senate to vote for this, by the way. They don't. They do not need that. They could just release it all and get this stinker, get this heavyweight off of them, right? Get it off. Get it out. Start anew. Start fresh. And I think that they should be doing that. If you agree, share this video. As Mark Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, came on News Nation and reiterated what he previously said before. But he needs to make the distinction here, because he talked about how Epstein was saying that he could bring down Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump because he had compromising evidence against them.
Jeffrey, in 2016, I said this publicly before, Jeffrey told me that if he said what he knew about the candidates, they'd have to cancel
Clinton and Trump.
The election. He didn't tell me what
that they would have to cancel the election.
He knew, but Jeffrey definitely had dirt on Trump. And you could see in the emails, Trump could deny it all he wants, but it's pretty clear. I mean, everything Trump says is a lie.
But that's not what you were talking about.
It's provable that he was in Jeffrey's office. He said he wasn't in the house.
Now, listen, if there is bad dirt on Trump, you're telling me the intelligences aren't using it against them? Now, the question is, why didn't they just release it when they were like literally trying to get rid of him during the last election cycle? All of it's going to hopefully come out. I don't think it is, though. I think we're going to get redacted, prolonged, ongoing investigation. We can't release anything, and then the American people won't forget about this, and it will plague the midterms. I think it made a big impact in the last election, and I think it's going to continue to make a big impact the longer we keep the Band-Aid on and keep festering it and keep playing with it and keep adding and putting dirt and crap on it, all in it. Like rip it off, clean it, start anew. Let's go. If you agree, share this video. I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to this new channel. More people subscribe, the better the channel does. Thank you so much for supporting us on lookunfiltered.com. I want to be here if it wasn't for you guys doing that. And this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. All here exclusively on youtube.com/wearechange.